Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another film review and happy Halloween to you. Hope you're having a great time. So for tonight we'll look at a Halloween film and I'm looking at Halloween 5 on Blu-ray. This is called The Revenge of Michael Myers. Now you may remember a couple of months back on my channel I reviewed the Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, because they both did. There's not many of the Halloweens that have got a Blu-ray release, and like I know number 1 has, and number 4, and number 5, but number 2 hasn't. Neither has number 3, and none of the others, like sort of apart from like the modern ones, have had Blu-ray releases. So I bought them both in CX at a good price. So I thought I'd review them, and I did review the Halloween 4 a few months back and gave it a 9 out of 10. So tonight we're looking at number 5. Now this story follows on from number 4, and it's probably, I'd say, probably one of the weakest stories of the franchise. Although I must admit, I do think it's the last sort of 20 minutes of the film is brilliant, and it's one of the good endings of one of the Halloween films, where we were treated to a load of overacting by Donald Pleasance. Donald Pleasance does star in this one, and it follows on the story of the young girl from number 4. She can't speak all of a sudden, which is bizarre, but in about half an hour into the film she starts to speak. I think did they get fed up with that and just thought, oh well, you can speak now. But anyway, she's supposedly traumatized by what's happened in number 4. The film starts off with like a sort of montage of things that happened at the end of number 4, and she's in this hospital to this bed with this special device on her head. She can't talk, but she seems to be connected to Michael Myers, because he's still alive. He survived number 4. He got away from into the river, floated down the river, and he got out, and he got rescued by this old tramp and the dog. And they took care of him till he was well, and then obviously Michael killed him and moved on. And in this sort of story, the story sort of resembles that Michael's now stalking the young girl and or anyone else that's been sort of involved, and he finally catches up with the older of the two. The older girl is the young girl's I think it's stepsister or cousin, whatever they are. He gets caught up with first, and she's killed. So she's not in it very much, this film, but we see the sort of killing being followed by the young girl in her dream. She's like, when Michael moves her hand, she moves her hand, sort of thing. They're trying to do the sort of brain connection sort of thing, so she can read what Michael's doing. And Donald Pleasance is being really over the top about it, and he's sort of really aggressively questions her throughout the film. You know what he's doing? Why won't you tell me? Why are you holding back? She's being really aggressive with him, shoving tables out the way and all sorts of things. He gets really aggressive with her, and this young girl is terrified. And again, she's really bad actress. Really bad in this film as well. In the first one, she was like, do you remember when I told you she was crying, but nothing was, not really crying, just making the noise of it? Well, she's pretty much the same in this one, except she's befriended a young lad at this special children's hospital that Haddonfield just happens to have, and she's sort of like with him, and she's making friends with him. But then she's starting to see these visions of her friend Tina and the girl in the first one being stalked by Michael. And so she tries to sort of like help them out, because they go to this sort of like Michael sort of catches up with them, and he kills the boyfriend of one of the girls, Tina, and dresses up with a mask in his car, and they're driving off to some sort of party. And then we meet 2 policemen that are like the Law and Hardy of the franchise. Every time they come on, you get stupid music playing, like really sort of like, oh, here come the thickie sort of music. and they sort of buffoon around and stuff like that. And we've got the other policeman that is like sort of arguing a lot with Donald Pleasance as Dr. Loomis is still trying his best to catch up with Michael Myers and thinks he can find a way to catch him and kill him and all this sort of thing. And as the sort of film plot evolves, Michael catches up with the other two girls, Tina and that, and they come to their end in a barn. Michael seems to be everywhere in this film. Wherever you turn, there's Michael Myers. And this sort of film, and it's one of the negatives of this film, is that it lacks kills, and it's more of seeing Michael peer out of corners or behind them sort of thing. You know, you get a lot of that going on in this sort of film, but not him actually doing anything. But eventually he catches up with some of them and starts killing them off. So Dr. Loomis comes up with this plan to sort of take him, to lure him back to his old house. So he uses the young girl as bait. So is he going to succeed? Are they going to catch up with Michael Myers? I'll give you a clue. There's like there's another sort of 5 films after this. So but is they going to catch him? Or are they going to struggle? Or are they going to come to their end? Is the young girl going to make it through? Has she really got a connection with Michael? You need to watch it and sort of find out. What do I think of it as a film? I think the film's great fun. It's a great fun film. It's a popcorn movie. It's probably one of my least favourites of the franchise, but it's the last 20 minutes when they get to sort of like the Michael Myers house. It's absolutely really sort of quite gripping and quite cool. Actually, I really liked sort of like the end part of the film. The first part was a little bit of a waste of time. Like I said, the girl wasn't being able to talk. She can't talk, but all of a sudden she can. And then the middle part was a bit, oh, come on, Michael, start doing some killings. And then he starts doing killings, and then it starts getting good at the end. So it's a mixed bag, but it's still good. Don't get me wrong. It's still better than a lot of other films. You know what I mean? And it still fits in well with the franchise. The music is still continues partly bits of John Carpenter's original music in there. But it doesn't have the same sort of ring as the other ones. But there is the kills are a little bit they're more similar to the first one. You don't see a lot, you know, where as the franchise moved on, it got gorier and you actually saw more kills. But this one, it goes a little bit backwards, where you see the kill, but you don't see a lot of blood or gore with it and stuff like that. But it's still cool though, and it's still good to see Michael out on the rampage. And the mask in this one, I normally review the mask, don't I? I think it's a tiny bit better than the one in the last one. Because in the last one, it was like, although it didn't seem to fit in properly in this one, you could see the back of it open all the time. I think, oh God, guys, sort it out. But in the last one, it looked so white, it just looked a bit silly at times. But in this one, it looks pretty cool in this one. Really good. I'm going to score this film a great fun watch and give it an 8 out of 10. So it's not up there with the 9s and the 10s of the other Halloween films like I've done. I believe I've given number 1 and 2 10 out of 10. I've given number 4 a 9 out of 10. So this one's got an 8, so it's slightly getting down. Actually, I think I gave what's the other one I reviewed? I think I reviewed the one in the house, didn't I? Resurrection. And I think I gave that an 8 out of 10, which because I quite enjoyed Resurrection. I thought it was really good. I haven't reviewed Season of the Witch, but I will do that at some point. They just need to start releasing these on Blu-ray. I mean, it took them a long time to. We finally got the Friday the 13th box set, didn't we? Blu-ray with about sort of like most of them in there. I think there was only 1 or 2 missing from that box set. Like Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X. Apart from that, they're all in there. So I can't see why they can't do the same for these. You know, I've still got the DVD box set, but I would really like to grab this on all of them on Blu-ray. But it's good to actually finally get it. The picture quality is cool. It's not as good as number 4, the picture quality. I thought 4 looked better as well. This one just looked a little bit, oh yes, yeah, they've done a little bit, but not a lot of effort. Whereas a lot of effort seemed to have gone into number 4. Maybe because it's a better film, and they thought, oh, this one will sell more. But you know, if collectors are going to buy them all, so you know, there we go. But it was still good. It was still good, still better than the DVD, but not as good as number 4 on Blu-ray. Halloween 5. 8 out of 10. Any of you guys seen it? Any of you guys seen the Blu-ray version? If you have, let me know down below what you think of it. I believe America have them, I think they've got all of them on 4K. You know, things like that. Or they've got them all on Blu-ray anyway. And I'm just thinking, well, why the hell haven't we got them on Blu-ray? You know, why are we subjected to DVDs? But it just seems that way in the UK. Because I think DVDs still sell quite well in the UK. Because British people are quite tight, I think, when it comes to spending out on sort of maybe luxury items, you know, physical media. They can be a bit tight, you know, so they're probably thinking, you know, oh, I'm quite happy with DVD, I'll stick with that, you know, and I think that's what's happened. And DVD probably still outsells Blu-ray here, and that's probably why we only get the DVD most. Even some modern films, like when we get some British films, new releases, they are just DVDs, and it's just like, why? So frustrating. What about the collector? You know, and stuff like that. But there you go. At least we're still getting some sort of media out here, not just all on streaming services, which kills the hobby right off. Anyway, guys, I hope you're having a great Halloween. I won't take up any more of your time. Please go out and enjoy it. And if you're staying in, go and watch some other horror channels. Watch some proper horror channels, not this rubbish old man. Go and watch Horror Hands, Horror Geek, Man View Film, RS Design, Pizzlewell, I Stored, Cat Watches Horror Movies, Grumpy Andrew's Haunted House, the Cobweb channel. And a massive shout out to my lad. Hope you're having a good time, lad. Till next time, look after yourselves, look after one another, and I really hope I see you all soon.